made it in, you finished your whole experience through your training, you're at that point where you can actually train. Well, what's in it for you? Is it even going to be worth it? Why should you train? These are all the things that come about when you're thinking about training for Prime Inc. Let's talk about it. We're going to get into it. We're going to find out what the benefits are and why you should be training. Thanks for watching. Alright, so let's just get to the chase. Prime's a training company. One of the nation's largest refrigerated carriers in America. We move a heck of a lot of freight, but we train a lot of drivers. From ground zero, not knowing anything about a truck, to 6 months or less, they're in their own truck running. Now, you're here at Prime, went through the entire program, you've been solo for quite some time now, and you're thinking about, hey, this training thing seems pretty good. I got a bunch of buddies that do it. They're making good money, but I'm just not sure if I'm going to be the guy that's going to be able to be a good trainer. Well, let me tell you something, guys. I did a video on why training is not worth the money, okay? It's not that the money's not good. You need to train because you want to get back. You want to share that knowledge. You want to bring somebody else from ground zero to their best experience possible into the industry and through Prime. The last thing you want to do is train and be miserable and show that guy next to you that, man, this sucks, this is terrible. That's not what you want to do. You want to always give off that positive energy. So these guys will stay, these trainees will stay, and they will be successful, and they see your success, and that's what they want. That's what you should be driving them for. So let's talk about monetarily first, what you're actually going to get back on the forefront of training. So if you're a PSD instructor, you're going to actually take a driver from knowing nothing to achieving their CDLA status. You are their PSD instructor. So while they are on the truck, if your company, you will gain an extra $300 per week from Wednesday to Wednesday, every settlement, an extra $300 as long as they're on your truck before they test out. Lease would be $400 extra per week. So now at the time they test out, it depends on how many times it's actually going to take them to test out. You're looking at an average of $500 to $875 extra on the company side for the bonus for them testing out. Now, if you're a lease op, you could actually end up with an extra $600 more. So you will actually get that on top of whatever else the base upgrade bonus is. So now when that PSD, whether you TNT them or not, that PSD upgrades to an A seat and gets their own truck, doesn't matter if you're company or lease, you get an extra $500 bonus. Now, when the PSD reaches a 6-month longevity, meaning they have been upgraded for 6 months continually with Prime, 6 months continuous since they upgraded to their own truck, you get an extra $300 bonus, okay? So now let's talk TNT. TNT is where once a driver has tested out and they have achieved their CDLA status, there's a trainer, such as myself, that will get that newly tested out driver, put them in the seat, and we will take off, start running. Now guys, you got to remember, there's a bunch of different ways that these guys get trained at Prime, okay? So there's some of these PSD guys that they will actually just stay at the terminal and they'll do local routes, or they'll stay, running around Springfield, back and forth to Kansas City. They may not have 30 hours in the seat, 50 hours in the seat. So, and then you have guys that are trained by other PSD instructors, which is the way I like to train when I'm PSD training or instructing. I like to take my guys out for 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks, come back to the pad for a couple days, work on the backing pad. By that time, they've got their pre-trip down. They can drive the truck. All we got to worry about is those backing maneuvers, those hitting those right marks. We're good to go. So take that with a grain of salt, guys. Every trainee's not going to have 50 hours under their belt. So when you get that new TNT, it might take you a couple weeks to get them settled in, get them used to your truck as well. So if the best thing to do is PSD and a TNT student, all at the same time. That's really, honestly, that way that trainee has the exact same PSD instructor and TNT instructor for the same training period. So, and especially if you're getting along good, it's hard to let people go because some people just don't mesh, guys. So if you're TNT from day one, okay, from day one, when the trainee upgrades to AC, you get an extra $500 bonus, okay? You get a $1,000 bonus for swapping TNTs the same day. So if you bring a TNT on Monday, you drop him off Monday morning, and you grab another TNT that Monday afternoon, guess what, guys? It's $1,000 in your pocket. If you don't want to swap them the same day, you can get a $500 bonus as long as you swap TNTs within 7 days. Okay, now, keep this in mind. All bonuses apply to you as the instructor and the trainer if you did both PSD and TNT to that one driver. So think about that, guys. That's a lot of money. And if you actually referred that driver to Prime, you start getting actual mileage pay for that driver after a certain amount of time, plus all those bonuses from the referral. So guys, why would you want to train? Why would you want to train? There's a couple reasons. Number one, you just want to see what it's like. And I've said in the last couple videos, because I know that we need our trainers and we need our instructors, our PSD instructors, just try it, guys. Just do one. Just one trainee, one PSD, one TNT, just to see how it's like. It's not the end of the world. I mean, you'll be with this guy for, 3.5 months, maybe, if you guys are just kind of coasting through it, doing it the right way. Guys, just try one. Just do one. What's the worst thing about it? You have to sacrifice your comfortability. You have 2 people in the cab. It's not all your space now. You have to sacrifice that consideration factor. You have to be considerate of somebody else. It's another human being. They're not they're not a slave. They're not an animal. Guys, be considerate. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Okay, and that's what the training program needs. You might be the nicest person in the world, but when you go to start training, you might hate it. Like, you just might, you'd be like, man, after this one, I'm done. And that's totally fine. That is completely your choice. Nobody pressures you guys to train. But guys, don't be the guy that's training and then walking around talking about how Prime doesn't take care of their trainers. We're not making enough money. I'm sick of hearing that. If you don't like it, don't train. Nobody is making you do that. These trainees, they don't need that negativity. They need that positivity in their lives. They need that great first experience. That's our responsibility as trainers, to give that to them. Not complain about every single thing and all that. You know what, guys? It's the same thing with being with Prime. There's a lot of things about Prime that you're not going to like. There's a lot of things about Prime that you're going to love. And same thing with your training experience. Remember how you were trained. Remember when you went through and you got trained. Turn around and make it better for them. That's what it's all about. If you're confident in your driving, pass that on to your trainee. If you're confident in your methods, pass that on to your trainee. And guys, keep an open mind. Remember, do not tell your trainee, well, if you don't do it my way, that's the only way it can be done. Guys, keep an open mind and tell them to keep an open mind. There's tons of information out here. I will never know everything, and neither will you, I promise you. And the day that you think you do is the day you need to do everybody a favor and hang the keys up. So that'll give you guys an insight onto what we're actually looking at with training. Pick a goal, pick a time frame, just try one trainee, try to train one person, man, and see how you like it. You might be that next superstar trainer. And that's what these guys need out here coming in. They need that positivity. They need that relatability. Guys, give them a reason to stay here at Prime. Give them a reason to feel like they've got their best foot forward in this industry. And that's what it's all about. That's why you should be training. So the money's just extra. It's great money. Don't get me wrong. If you stay out here and you train consistently, and it's fantastic money. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If it's your first time joining the channel, don't forget to like, sub, and share the channel, and get that message out there, man. Get this knowledge out there, and until the next one, we'll see you on the flip side. Stay safe. God bless. Freight Skater out.